Here are things you should never do in pig farming. 1. Uncontrolled entry. Allow visitors into your farm anyhow leaves you at the mercy of diseases. You need to improve how people get access to your farm. Regulating movement in and out of your farm should be a top priority. As the saying goes, prevention is better than cure. If it is necessary for them to enter, disinfect them before they enter. On my farm, you either stand behind the net and watch them or I open the pig in question onto a safer place for inspection and bargaining. Where you need to enter the pen, I clean and disinfect as soon as you leave. A healthy farm is a profitable farm. 2. Taking your pigs to the market. You stand a chance of losing your potential profit should you take the pigs to the market before getting a buyer for it. Always get the buyer first. Have them come to your farm to pick them up themselves if possible. Before moving your pigs to the buyer, ensure that they have paid the full amount or at least half of the cost. You will appear desperate if you get to the market without arranging with any buyer. There have been instances where farmers took their livestock to the market only to have their animals compared to that of other farms. You will have no option, especially considering the cost in transporting them there, than to sell it. 3. Higher expectation. Coming to pig farming with what you read on the internet about how to make millions from pigs will make you appear like a failure. If your preconceived thoughts is denied, pick a book and you will be taught how to make millions farming pigs in 5 minutes. The truth is, it takes significant amount of time, effort and other resources to make real money with pigs. In your early years, you would think you did something wrong. That was why you could not earn that much. This is how pig farming works. The more you are willing to invest in them, the higher returns you get. Just ensure that you are not making any losses. Appreciate the little money you make on your principal, and with time, you can start to make the millions if that is your goal. Many, in an attempt to make more money, compromise the nutritional needs of the pigs. While you do that, don't forget that the pigs will not also grow to reach the more money making weight you need. 4. Crossing siblings. To be safe on your farm, do not allow pigs from the same parent to cross each other. One thing that can frustrate you is when your piglets are born with weaker bodies, unable to stand on their legs. This problem results from breeding pigs from the same parent. Avoid doing that to be safe. 5. Not separating males from females. You have no problem to worry if the grouped pigs are all piglets or winners. As soon as they enter the growing phase, separate them based on their sexes. This will prevent them from mating one another, which can lead to inbreeding on your farm. Watch out for aggressiveness in the males and separate them accordingly. 6. Weaning piglets anyhow. The right time to separate piglets from their mother is when they can feed on their own. Otherwise, let them stay with the sow for an additional week or two while monitoring their feeding ability. For instance, if I wean my piglets in the third week, that does not mean yours can also be weaned in the same way. The kind of treatment and care you give to your sow during pregnancy will vary from mine, so know when to separate your piglets. Piglets can stay with their mother for as long as 6 weeks. It is okay. There will be no need reserving the sow when her litter are not yet able to survive or live on their own. 7. Not quarantining new pigs. Anytime a new pig comes to your farm, the first thing is to isolate that particular pig and observe for their wellness before allowing them to come into contact with the already existing ones on the farm. This will protect your other pigs from getting infected if the new pig carried any disease. During this time, feeding, cleaning, and entry into the rooms of the quarantined pig should always be the last thing or activity you do on the farm to avoid transfer of pathogens. 8. Immediate introduction of new pigs. Pigs are very intelligent animals. Despite being social, they have their bodies they associate with. Having been together, they know themselves very well that an intruder is easily identified. They will attack the newcomer to death unless you intervene. If you have no option because your rooms are not sufficient, this is what you have to do. Leave the newcomer in the veranda with feed. Then open the other pigs in the group to come and join the new one. The friendship starts right there. You are doing this because it will provide a neutral ground for all of them. Give them some time together and then send all of them back to the room. 9. Filling all the rooms. You do need to leave a spare room for emergency purposes. Once you suspect an infection in any of the pigs, they are quickly separated from the group and housed in the empty room that you reserved. Looking at your farm now, should there be any outbreak of a disease? Do you have a place to keep the affected pigs? Leave that in the comments.